Dropping your shoulders down away from your ears, letting your hips and legs be heavy. Closing down at the eyes and just softening into your breath. And taking a moment to notice any thoughts, residual mental bookmarks that you might be holding on to from your day, task lists or things to do or things you're still yet to do. And allow your moment to allow your mind to dot point them for a moment, and then just allowing it all to float up into a big open sky, giving yourself plenty of space to draw in and away from your day, your external happenings, responsibilities. And then seeing if you can bring your awareness into a 360 sweep of your external environment, noticing sounds, objects, the air temperature all around you. And then bringing your awareness to arrive back at your body. And similarly, just doing a sweeping kind of a scan of your body for any areas of tension. And if you arrive at any points of tension, just inviting those areas to soften and release. And now bringing your awareness to your breath. Coming into awareness of the natural rhythm and flow of your breath. In through your nose and down into your lungs. Following its journey back out again. And gradually starting to deepen your breath. So already knowing and sort of trusting that the breath invites in openness, spaciousness, and also helps to improve our energy. So just taking some nice deep breaths. And on top of that, though, using a full yoga breath as preparation for the breathing technique we're going to go into tonight, and box breathing, which does require a bit of a full breath and some breath control. So just getting some nice expansion through your lungs, getting comfortable, breathing deeply, having control of your breath. All right, so if this feels like it's an appropriate breath for you tonight and you're happy to just keep going with full yoga breathing, just continue on as you are. If you'd like to go for 5 rounds of box breathing with me, we'll simply inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold again with the breath out for 4. And we'll just keep going in that, what they call box breathing sequence for 5 full cycles. So if you are joining in, exhale completely. Then inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold the breath out for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold the breath out for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold that breath out for 4. Last one. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Retain the breath out for 4. And relax. Breathing normally. Noticing if you're feeling a little bit more calm. And noticing too that gentle focus helps to clear the mind as well. And moving from here into some Gauranga breathing. So again, exhaling to sync our breath. And inhale. Say the sound. Gauranga. Continue on. Inhale. Gauranga. Inhale. Gauranga. Gauranga. One more time. Inhale. Gauranga. Return to your regular breathing pattern. And let's bring our palms together in prayer position and taking a moment to reflect on the experience of and the intention of breathing clarity, also coming from a place of calm and noticing how, and knowing that when we go to our practice, the inherent calm that we tend to breed is part of the foundation that breeds clarity of mind. And when we have that nice, calm, grounded nervous system, grounded energy, clarity of mind, we make good decisions, and we can also tune into our energy and our day and make better decisions with how we manage and expend our energy as well. So with breeding good energy and cultivating good energy, it's not all about revving up your metabolism or revving up your circulation and your prana to have energy. It's also that maturity in understanding and knowing your body and your energy system and how you can work with it from a place of logic and intelligence, which our practice is a really nice breeding place for that. So let's begin. We're going to come down into child's pose. First thing that we want to do is get into that place of feeling super grounded. So we want to move from feeling rooted into our body and not hyping up our prana, even though it sometimes feels like that's the easy option to feel energized. Tonight, we're going to get grounded first. So head to the floor, arms alongside your body. From this place, just walking your hands forward, keeping your head to the floor, moving into extended child's pose. Shoulders down away from your ears, reaching forward into your fingertips. Letting your head be heavy, but starting to
create that feeling of aliveness in your body, reaching into your fingers, pressing the hips to your heels, and then slowly press yourself up. And going into a warm-up downward dog. So not going into a super strictly traditional downward dog, just feeling your way into the pose, taking your time. So hands, fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide. Palms are firmly pressing into the floor. Pressing into the floor, drawing the energy up into your arms, lifting the hips, energy moving up the spine. Roll your upper arms in toward each other, keeping your knees bent. And if you like, you can draw your belly in towards your thighs for a nice big exaggerated movement. And then start to return to just a natural spine in this position, and heels lifting and lowering, alternating from side to side. And if you have any little other maneuvers you like to do, like moving the hips from side to side or dropping a shoulder down, go ahead. And then just taking a couple of breaths in a regular downward dog. Cultivating a nice steady breath. Good. Now we're going to step our right foot forward in between our hands. Drop the back knee to the floor, flatten your back foot. Coming into low lunge first. Inhale, raise the arms up, shoulders down away from your ears, hips move down toward the floor. And another breath here. Now inhale, reach up into your fingertips. Exhale, lower the left hand to the floor, keeping the right arm raised, turning to look over to the right, coming into a revolved position. Reaching up into those top fingertips and pressing the floor away, but keeping that leg and your hips nice and heavy. And slowly lower your hand to the floor. Tuck the back toes, step back into downward dog. And step the left foot forward, back knee to the floor, flatten your back foot. Inhale, hips are descending as you raise your arms, reaching into your fingertips. Good. And lowering the right hand to the floor, keeping the left arm up, reaching up into the fingertips. Hips keep moving down as you rotate through your spine. And release. Step back into downward dog. If that felt like a strong enough of a twist for you, repeat that same option again. Otherwise, stepping the right foot forward, drop the back knee to the floor and flatten the back foot. For a little more stability in the pose, just inch your right foot out a little bit, so you've got a little bit of a broader stance. If you're okay with your balance in lunge position, just keeping the foot aligned with the hip. So you go hands to prayer position, rotating around to the right, and if you can, tucking the elbow to the outside of the right knee and turning to look over your shoulder. So pressing your elbow against your leg, helping you rotate around, and try to keep lowering the hips down toward the floor. And come back to center. Hands to the floor. Step back, downward dog. And take the left foot forward. Back knee to the floor, flatten your back foot, adjusting your foot out a little if needed. Bring your hands together in prayer position, rotating to the left, and then dropping that elbow to the outside of your leg and turning to look over your left shoulder as you press the leg and the upper arm against each other. Good. And come back to center. Hands to the floor.
And this time we're going to step our back foot forward, coming straight into a forward fold. Soft bend in the knees to start with, laying your belly over your thighs, fingertips to the floor. Slowly start to straighten out through your legs as feels comfortable. You don't have to straighten them though. If it feels just fine with bent legs, stay there. And then cradling your elbows in your hands. And feeling the entire back of your body lengthening. Adding just a little gentle encouragement of reaching the crown of the head for the floor. So as you draw the head down, it helps to lengthen and open through the backs of the legs and feeling that lengthening through your spine. And then release your hands to the floor, drawing your belly in as you slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Head is the last to come up. Standing at the top of your mat, ready for some sun salutations. From hands in heart center, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. Inhale. Elbows in as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, lifting back into downward dog. Just taking your time with each part of the flow. Feeling into your body. No need to rush anything. One more breath here. Looking between your hands, jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths. And looking between your hands, jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Settling into the pose and feeling that quiet, calm energy building already. Looking between your hands, jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Flowing into our standing sequence now. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog.
All right, inhaling, raise your right leg up. Exhale, stepping it through. And spinning your back foot down at an angle, getting ready for warrior one. So bending through the front knee as you cartwheel the arms up, straightening out through the right leg. Back toes are turned in slightly, and then firm through this front leg. Arms at shoulder height, reaching out into your right fingertips, lowering your hand down. So lifting through the kneecap and reaching the top arm up. We're going to go through a bit of a triangle sequence here. Two more breaths in this position. And seeing if you can lift and lengthen through this lower side of your body and draw the ribs through. And inhale, leading up with the top hand, going all the way up to stand, rotating the feet around to the left. Firm through the thighs, shifting the hips over, lowering the hand down, reaching up into the top fingertips. And turning your head to wherever it feels comfortable, either looking up at your hand or down at your foot. And inhaling, coming all the way up. All right, rotating back around to the right side. And then we're going to keep our feet, so right side triangle, keeping our feet where they are, rotating around through our upper body to come into revolved triangle. So if this feels too strong, just bend through the right knee, placing your left hand to the outside of your right knee, like so, or even straightening from there, or a hand on top of a block. Lowering the hand to the outside edge of your foot, and taking the top arm up, and lifting strongly through your spine, reaching back into your sitting bones as you reach up into your top hand. Then inhale, come all the way back up. Rotating the arms, upper body back to center, taking the feet over to the left. Now rotating the upper body all the way to the left, remembering your options, or onto a block, and lower the hand down. So you're working into either fingertips to the floor or the outside edge of your ankle to help you spiral around. And trying to keep your upper body long. Keeping the breath flowing as best you can. And inhale, lifting up through the top hand, reversing back, come back to center. One more variation, rotating both your feet around to the right, going into folding triangle now. So inhale, lift and lengthen. And we're going to clasp our hands behind our body, roll our shoulder blades in toward each other. And firm through the thighs, gripping down into your feet. So a lot of energy pressing down into your feet and drawing that energy up through the legs and helping to create that stability and security in through the hips, long through your spine, and then folding forward. Taking the arms up and over. More relaxed version is just hands to the floor, folding forward. So either or. Inhale, come up. Unlock your hands, rotate around to the left, toes facing toward the left, and either hands reaching forward or interlock your hands, pressing down into the feet, drawing that energy up the legs, firm thighs, folding forward. Staying here for just a couple more breaths. When you're ready, inhale, coming back up to center, release your hands. Let's vinyasa, step back into plank, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, lifting back into downward dog, just to stretch out, take a couple of breaths, and then we'll drop down into child's pose. Knees to the floor. And if you're feeling like that really worked your feet and you want a little stretch through the soles of your feet, keep your toes tucked under as you sit back onto your heels in child's pose, and then flatten out whenever you're ready to relax. And just taking a few more breaths here, grounding your energy, taking all that beautiful energy that we kind of just generated in those invigorating poses and assimilating it into your body. And then toes tucked under, walk your hands forward, lifting up into downward dog. All right, inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward, coming into high lunge. All right, getting balanced here as a preparatory pose for moving into warrior three. So already start getting nice and secure through your hips. Squeeze your glutes and just drawing your lower ribs in, and that just helps to create all this nice stability through your core. And then shifting your weight forward, taking your arms down by your sides to lift into the pose, raising your back leg up, bringing it to the same height as your torso, and if you feel you can, taking your arms forward alongside your ears. Flex the foot, pressing back into your heel, reaching forward into your fingertips. Then exhale, release, flowing over to the other side. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward. Inhale. Engaging through your core, switching on through your hips, and staying in control of the movement as you transition your weight forward. Feeling that center of gravity, drawing everything in, raising the back leg, and taking the arms forward or leaving them down by your side. Toes to the floor. Exhale. Trying to flow through to child's pose now. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Threading your arms through. Turn your head to one side. Taking the opportunity between each invigorating flow to then ground the energy, to slow down. Turning your head to the other side. And come back to center. Taking your hands forward. Lift up. Inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, step it through. Spin the back foot down at 45 degrees. Inhale into warrior one. Trying to stack your knee above your ankle and lift through that back inner arch, drawing your left ribs forward and then clasping your hands back behind you. Folding forward again, taking the arms up and over. Good. I don't know how to not make my elbows hyperextend. It doesn't look cute. And inhale, lift up. And we're going to just transition over to the other side.
So warrior one, with the left leg, knee stacked above the ankle, back foot at 45 degrees, raise the arms up. Lengthen into your spine, drawing those right ribs forward. Steadying your focus and your breath. Good. And then, when you're ready, clasp your hands behind you and folding forward over the front thigh. So you can take it over your thigh, resting your body there, or dropping down inside your leg. Inhale, lift up. Release your hands. Bring your hands together in prayer position, rotating around to face the top of your mat, right side. Step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhaling, taking your favorite child's pose variation. We've just got one more semi-standing flow before we move down closer to the floor. So just taking that little pause between flows, coming back to calm. And not really even back to calm, just more coming back to slowness, stillness, and then coming from that place when we go into our next dynamic flow. Slowly press yourself up, lifting back into downward dog. And inhale, sweep the right leg up and through. High lunge. Whoop. Knees stacked above the ankle and hands to your heart center. So again, for more stability, you can move your foot out a little so you've got a broader stance. Lengthen into that back heel. And we're going to rotate around to the right, dropping your elbow to the outside of your right leg, turning to look over your right shoulder. Keep pressing down into your toes and your front foot. And then from here, inhale and exhale. Drop down to the back knee and rotate back to center. Hands to the floor. Step back into downward dog. Stretch out. Inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Good. And getting everything nice and stabilized. Hands to your heart center, rotating around to the left, dropping your elbow to the outside of your front leg. Press your palms together and turn to look over your shoulder. So keeping that back heel, pressing back, helping to straighten out through that back leg so it's really nice and active, and that'll help you stabilize in the pose as well. And then lower down. And rotate back to center. Hands to the floor. Step back. And we're going to jump our feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now flowing down to sitting. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Just for your own sake, just take a few breaths here. Just taking a little moment as we shift energy in our practice. Switching gears. So now jumping through to sitting. And Taking your feet together in butterfly, mainly as a little wind down transitional pose. We're going to move into some hip openers now. So just in a really relaxed manner, dropping forward, hanging forward over your feet. Then using your elbows to encourage your hips open, moving your knees down toward the floor. Excellent. And bring your knees back together. Cross over at the ankles. I'm going to reach forward and jump back into plank. Just to step your right foot forward to the very outside edge of your mat, dropping your back knee to the floor, coming down into winged dragon. So you're going to come right down onto your forearms, allowing your knee to just naturally move a little out to the side as you come down into this diagonal lunge. Staying here for 5 breaths. Drawing in through your belly, lengthening through your spine, dropping down into your hips. Okay, now raising the right hand to the top of the right knee, going into twisting dragon, turning to look over your right shoulder. Keeping the back knee down for this variation today. And come back to center, both hands back to center, walking your right foot over to the left side of your mat, bringing your heel in nice and close to your hip, dropping down into pigeon pose, and then folding forward and assessing if you want to move your heel a little further away to deepen the stretch. Totally up to you. Just letting your whole upper body be nice and heavy over that front leg, keeping the left hip rolling down. Excellent. Hands to the floor. And step back. Now taking your left foot forward to the outside edge of your mat. Dropping down into your forearms. So back knee is still in contact with the floor, and you're just really letting your hips be nice and heavy as you surrender into the earth beneath you, letting your head hang heavy. Moving into twisting dragon, taking your left hand to the top of your left knee, turning to look over your shoulder, staying nice and grounded. And slowly return to center and walking your foot over to the right side of your mat. Dropping down into pigeon. Here is where I lose my legs into my mat, wearing all black, and folding forward. Which reminds me is why I always have the purple mat. It's a little worn out though, so I had to break out a new one. Just surrendering forward, rolling the right hip down this time. Not being afraid to feel the intense sensations of this pose, seeing if you can let go of all mental resistance. And getting ready to release.
Stepping back into plank, just paddling out through your heels in plank a little, releasing through your legs, and then a little hop to sitting again. We'll go into lotus pose. So we've done a little bit of hip opening, we've warmed up our tissues, but still proceed really carefully. And if you'd like to use any props under your knees, go ahead. We'll start in half lotus. We'll do both sides as well, both variations. So taking your right foot to the top of your left thigh to begin. If that feels far enough, just staying there. If you feel you can go further, slowly and mindfully, bringing the left foot to the top of the right thigh. And coming back to that intention of cultivating calmness and clarity of mind. And really steady, integrated, embodied energy that is not just prana running wild and making us feel that superficial experience of I have energy, high vata kind of feeling. Actually really trying to have awareness of our energy, awareness of how we feel, moving from that place of calm and clarity. Releasing, unraveling. You might need to shake it out a bit. Then we're going to go the other side. So I always feel like I try and do the other side and I end up doing the same comfortable side again because my brain can't compute how. So I'm going left leg under, right leg under, left leg on top this time. And then if you can, and don't expect that you can go both sides. Sometimes we've got one hip that's tighter than the other and it feels doable on one switcheroo and not the other. Once you're in position, long through your spine, and just dropping in internally. Breathing nice, full, deep breaths. Good. Slowly release. Unpack your legs. Give them a little shake. And we're going to go into dolphin and or forearm balance. And that'll be our kind of last big pose before we come down onto our back. So dolphin, use a belt around your upper arms if that feels more secure and safe. Block between the hands if you like as well for hand positioning and for that grip and pressure of that nice secure surface area. Otherwise, hands to the floor. Let's start in dolphin. And if you're feeling adventurous and you'd like to try kicking up into forearm stand or peacock, please go ahead using any props you have available, like if you want to use your wall, or even if you want to do dolphin near your couch, and then you simply step up so that your feet are on the couch. So you're not completely kicking up alone, but you're starting to practice getting elevated. That's another really fun little option. So let's go dolphin first. And if you're not going to kick up, just hang out in dolphin. So lifting up, scoop the belly in, walking your legs in as far as they'll go. Another full breath. Keep pressing the floor away, lots of space around your neck, your ears, head is hanging heavy. Now, if you feel like you want to kick up, please go ahead. Or going to a prop. Or even just doing some three-legged dolphins. And coming out of the pose, we're going to go straight into Child's pose with the fists stacked on top of one another, resting your forehead on your fists. Relax through your shoulders, your arms. One more nice full breath, feeling your belly expand against your thighs. And release. Rolling over onto your back. My bun. It's not a good bun, not a good yoga bun. It's gonna have my neck out of alignment. Alrighty, feet to the floor, getting ready for bridge pose. So just going into a nice, energizing lift and opening into bridge, hanging out there for about 5 breaths, and then we'll wind it down. So lifting through the hips, arms down alongside your body. And it has been a bit of a more measured practice, more focused practice tonight. So if you want to go a little bit more exploratory and intuitive in your bridge, go ahead. So that might look like walking your feet out a little wider. It might involve even using some blocks under your hips, or just bringing movement into the pose somehow, coming up onto your toes even. Just using this pose as an opportunity to feel and explore different sensations, stretches, movements. And slowly and carefully releasing out of the pose. Carefully hug your knees into your chest. Make some little circles with your knees if you like. And now keeping your legs in this position with your knees hugged in, we're going to lower our knees together over to one side, but there's 2 ways you can do this pose. The more intensive spinal twist is you glue your knees together and make sure they don't come apart, and you'll notice that your opposite shoulder will come quite far off the floor, and then you can intensify it by dropping it down. The more relaxed version is to just allow your knees to gently separate, and then you'll feel it's a little bit more of a gentle spinal twist. So go with whichever one feels most appropriate for you today. So navel drawing in, taking your knees over to the left side, encouraging your right shoulder down toward the floor. Navel drawing in, knees up, back to center and over to the other side. Lowering the left shoulder down. Letting your legs be heavy. And navel in, raise your knees back to center. Hug your knees in, taking any last little stretches your body is craving, and then making yourself comfortable for Shavasana. For tonight's Shavasana, the invitation is to just bask in that beautiful free flow of energy that our practice offers, allowing everything to assimilate and bearing witness to that beautiful sense of clarity and calm. First comes the calm, then comes the clarity.
And just completely being in that for the next minute or so, turning the lights down or covering your face, and just relax. And just coming back into a little gentle awareness now. You can stay lying where you are if you like and have tonight's kirtan to just be a little bit like a sound bath. Just lay there and listen and let it wash over you if you like. Or rolling over onto your side with as little disruption to your body as possible. And pressing yourself up to sit. Just joining in as you feel comfortable. Drawing the mantras in through your ears, into your mind and down into your heart. And when you sing, singing from your heart as well. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Bhajashri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Gaur Bhakta Vrindam Rajashri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Gaur Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Last time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol. Closing off our practice, offering our respects to each other, and bowing once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste. Haribol. Thank you guys.